Morning guys, Ashley here from Really Fit. I hope everyone's doing well and I hope that you're feeling the diaphragm breathing and the core work that we were doing yesterday. You should be feeling just a little bit of tightness there, maybe when you laugh or make a turn or whatever. And if you don't, you got to keep on practicing, okay? You got to keep on working and really focusing, as I said, especially on that exhale. Today we're going to be working your bum. So your bum is basically the foundation for your whole pelvic floor. So this is an essential one to do, and this is often why people lose this during pregnancy, is because your pelvic floor is under a lot of stress, and as a consequence, these can become a little bit weaker. So today that's what we're working on. Once again, these are very different than my other exercises. They're not fast and furious. They're all about slow, controlled movements. And for today, we actually only have one that's going to be including your pelvic floor contraction. Okay, so we have 5 moves total, and we're going to be doing them 3 times through for a total of 15 minutes. Okay, you don't need any weights or anything today. Slow and controlled is best. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to be doing 50 on, 10 off, just because that's the way I like to do it, so I know 100% it's going to be done within 15 minutes. The first thing I'm going to show you first, the first thing that we're doing is a one-legged squat. So a lot of you have done this if you've worked with me before. However, today it's going to be done a little bit differently because we're going really slow. It's very important to keep your back nice and straight, your spine neutral. So I want you to look up, and you're gonna come down nice and slow and then up nice and slow, making sure that when you're coming up, that's the most important part, that you're pushing through your heel and you can really feel it in the bum. The part of the bum that we're focusing on today is the side, so your glute med. This is where a lot of people have weakness and where we need to build the strength and to help support your low back, the front, and the knees. Okay, but obviously we're focusing on pelvic floor health, but just so you know, it helps all those areas. Okay, so let's start 50 on, 10 off. Let's go nice and slow, only one leg at a time. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of go down for 2 and then up for 2. So you're not just letting your chest fall down. I want you to look up and really bend your leg. So coming down, bend this leg, and then come up slow. Push up through your heel. Try to push up, like feel that heel push you up. So you shouldn't feel anything through your knee because your heel is doing all the work, which means that you're driving that weight into the bum area. Down slow and then push it up. Down slow, really push it up. Once again, focusing right there. We only have 10 more seconds. Nice and slow. So you should start to feel this. Yes, you're going to feel your quad, but I want you really feeling this in the bum. Oop, and we're good. That's the last one there. So now we're going to turn around to the next side. So nice and slow. You're going to feel a little bit of wobbling here. This is actually good. We're working on those stability muscles. So don't worry if you feel that little bit of instability. We're helping to strengthen that. And actually, a weak pelvic floor can actually have an influence on your stability. So if you're really unstable, that could even just be a sign. That's a really good thing you're doing this. Come down nice and slow. Don't forget to keep pushing up through that heel area. Push up through the heel area. Down and up. Down and up. And up. I can even feel this into my calf, but trying to put that focus back into the heel. We have 8 seconds left. Definitely more unstable on this side, which means probably for me, my glute med is weaker on my left side. And we're good right there. Okay, now we're coming down into a bridge. So you're gonna have your feet separated, hip distance apart. You're gonna let your head rest on the ground. Your feet are fairly close towards your bum. And then as we exhale up, you're gonna do a pelvic floor contraction. So this is the one that we're including it in. And then we inhale, let the pelvic floor out. Exhale, pull it in. Squeeze it. Inhale, let it come down. Exhale, pull it up. Pull that tampon up. And then inhale, let it come out. Exhale, pull it in. And when you're coming up, you might kind of feel your body wavering. Make sure that you try to push it up as straight as you can, okay, without letting the body go side to side. Without letting the knees also go side to side. So knees stay pointing perfectly straight. Exhale, pull it in, try and do that pelvic floor contraction. I find if I squeeze my bum, it helps with that awareness there. And we're good. Okay, now we're gonna really isolate the glute med with doing some clams. So bend your knees, stack your knees one on top of the next. Keep your feet together, and then now we're going to open that top leg. So the biggest mistake I see people make when they do this is they try to go too high with that top leg. So they go like this, and then their hips move. I actually kind of want you to push your body forward so your upper body stays forward, abs stay in nice and tight, so your upper body is not moving at all. Okay, and then we're going to lift that, and then let it come down slow and controlled. So don't let it come down super fast. You want to control that eccentric move, so the part where the muscle's coming back down. Okay, right here. Nice and slow and controlled. See if you can push your body, your upper body forward just a little bit more. Don't let those hips move back. So I'm raising my right knee. Don't let your right hip come back. 3, 2, 1, and we're good. Now I'm really starting to feel that here. Next side. This will be your final 5th move, and then we're going to be going through it 2 more times. Okay, let's take it up. So once again, you're stacking your hips one on top of the next. Knees are stacked one on top of each other. And then you're lifting that one knee. Your feet actually stay together. I know you probably can't see right there. Feet stay together. And then lean that body forward just ever so slightly, the upper body, so that you can ensure you're not going to let those hips fall back. And take it up. Make sure you get it up high enough that you really feel that little squeeze, and then down. Squeeze, and then down. 15 seconds left. So it's really important to isolate this muscle and really focus on it. A lot of the times when we work our bum, we have 4 seconds. We start working your glute max, which is like the bigger, fleshier part of your bum behind you. So, and that's where muscular imbalances come through. So it's really good to focus on this area, just the side. We're back up, starting with your one-legged squats. So let's come on down, slow and controlled, and then up. And pushing up through that heel. Make sure that your back stays as straight as you can. Chest stays proud, shoulder blades stay together. So not moving too fast, coming down this leg as much as you can, and then pushing up through the heel. You could even try and lift your toes here. Really push up through that heel. Feel it right in the side bum here. I can feel my quad, but my focus is here. And sometimes if you put your hand there or slap it, as you probably heard or saw me doing, sometimes it just brings more awareness and focus to that area. We have 6 seconds left. Nice and slow. And we're good. Really feeling here. Okay, next side. So if you're like me, you probably have a side that's a little bit more weak and you're going to feel that instability. Maybe go a little bit slower. Find a focal point that you can stare at. Keep your eyes on that, and that will help with your balance. Slow and controlled. Yeah, definitely a feeling. The side's a bit harder, which can make it harder to feel in that glute med, but we're still working it. So these are the exercises that I really need to work on myself to help build my glutes up again so I can support my lower back a little bit more. It's a weakness I generally have that became even more weak post-pregnancy from not working out as much as I normally do after having Rowan. And because my pelvic floor had some undue stress because of pregnancy, I've been feeling my low back, so I know myself, if I work on my bum, let's start those bridges, that I'm really going to get a lot of support and then therefore relief through my low back. So we're doing the bridges. Once again, you want to try and focus on your pelvic floor contraction here when you go up using the exhale. Squeeze it and then let it release. Squeeze it and then let it release. Don't forget, once again, we're trying not to let those legs waver, but there is going to be a little bit of stability going on. You just want to try and control it. So don't let the knees fall in, nor do you not want them to let them fall out. So try and keep them pointing perfectly straight. Knees are stacked over top of the heels. Squeeze, and then release. And then last one, and release. All right, let's go over to the side. So our crabs here. Knees are stacked, body forward, and then lift. When you take it up, try and get that nice little squeeze there. Don't take it up so high that you don't feel it or your hips move. Just take it up. Just make sure you take it up enough till you feel that contraction, and then let it come down slow and controlled. We're halfway there. So yesterday I was saying, don't underestimate the power of those exercises, even though they don't seem like much. I would say out of all these exercises I'm doing today, I feel that way about this one. So this one doesn't seem like much, but it is so good at helping to isolate and rebuild that glute med. And like I said, it's a foundation to your pelvic floor. So, you know, you can do all the Kegels you want, but if you don't have a strong foundation to help support it, you're never going to be helping your pelvic floor and as strong as you possibly can be. So, you know, you're not going to have or be able to help with all the incontinence, and you're not going to be able to help with, you know, the sore back or maybe that ab separation. Like, you really need to work on your glute med, and it doesn't take much. Like this exercise, once again, you can come down and do basically any time. You don't have to, you know, they're not so intense that you need to take breaks, you know, and have like 48 hours in between. Just kind of do them when you think of them. Even come down, you don't have to time. You can even come down and just do, you know, 25 to 50 reps, and then do them again later. If you're down on the ground playing with your little one, or you're watching TV, like I said, or you make it like a routine within your day, you know, before you go to bed and such. So, might not seem like much, but it works so good. So, we have our last set coming up. I want you guys to do this with me nice and slow. And find that focal point. Come on down. Keep the abs engaged. Form is important here, okay? So I want you guys to keep the shoulder blades together. I like to pick focal point just a little bit above my height so that it encourages me to keep my back as flat as possible, because if I do something down, I might be more inclined to round my back. So if you look up, you'll be more inclined to keep it straight. Don't forget to push up through that heel. Push up through that heel. Nice little crack there. I'm putting my hand on my butt because I have a harder time putting my mind and my muscle on the left side of my body. So I'm putting my hand here so I can really focus on that push up through the heel so I feel it. And I'm not just using my quad, and we're good right there. Naturally, we kind of have more body awareness on one side than the other. So for that one, I really found putting my hand, like I mentioned earlier, or slapping, whatever you want to do, really helps to bring that awareness there, which makes you work it more. Believe it or not. Pushing up through your heel. Up nice and slow. Shoulder blades together. Whoop. Woo. A little bit of balance there. Feeling that bum. Slow and controlled. Wow, let's do one more. And we're good. Okay, last one of the bridges. Push up to those heels. Try and lift the toes here. Let the head relax. And then push it up. Oh, can't see my head, not that that matters. And then squeeze. You're coming up with the exhale. So exhale up, pulling the tampon in, and then inhale down. Exhale up, and then inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, try and push those hips up as high as you can. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Last couple here. We're almost done. And we're good. Okay. Finishing off with our crabs, clams. I called them crabs earlier. Whoops. They're clams, guys. just like a clamshell. Let's come on up. You're probably like, crabs, I don't want that. This sounds awful. Whoops. It's been one of those mornings, very hectic, as you can probably hear Rowan constantly crying in the background. So my mind's a little bit scattered, but I'm still focusing on my muscle. I'm still giving you guys the exercises I intended to. I just might mispronounce things or call them crabs instead of clams. Once again, make sure your body's forward. Don't let those hips come back. Woo, and we're good. Hope you guys feel that. And then let's come on over. So sometimes when Rowan's in her jolly jumper, I'll just go down and do some bum work. Sometimes I do a workout, but sometimes I just keep it simple. I don't want to have a shower after. I'll just do some bum work like this. And I find that when I do that, I don't even time. I actually just go down and I'll do 50 reps each. And I do them really slow and controlled. So they take a bit, but sometimes I only do 50 reps once, or I do 2 sets. But just another way to kind of hit it and do it differently, and because within these 50 seconds we might only get 20, 25 reps done if we're really focused like this. We're not going super fast. So just another way to challenge the muscles with that endurance. And oh boy, do you ever feel that burn. Last 6 seconds here, and we are good. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick stretch for your bum. We're going to go down, we're going to do a figure 4. So I want you to take this leg up and over, and then you're going to push this leg away from your body. So I want you to flex this foot, so you're pushing to your heel. So I have my right leg up. Now I'm going to lift my left leg up and grab behind it with both hands. I'm going to line that left knee up with my left shoulder. Rowan sounds really impressed. I'm glad this video is specifically for moms so that you can understand. Hopefully not annoyed. Let's do a couple more seconds here for 3, 2, 1, and then release. Let's switch sides. So great bum stretch. Let's just hold it here for a moment. So like I said yesterday, it's all about the slow and controlled, okay? So when it comes to these kind of exercises, focus, focus, focus. We can lift up this leg now. And, you're not going to sweat during them. And you might not even feel them a whole bunch during. I did. I felt that burn quite a bit. But you will definitely reap the benefits and probably feel it the next day or so. Last couple seconds. 3, 2, 1, and then release. I'm just going to do a quick little spinal twist, which is, you can also throw another little bum stretch in there. So we're just going to hold this here for a second. So I have my left knee in, my right arm's around it, and I'm going to take my left arm all the way behind me, push my arm into my back, so I have a nice straight spine, and then I'm peeking out past that left shoulder. And then come back to center, and then let's switch sides. Hold it right here. And then let's take the right arm behind you. All right, now, please, please, please let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm here to help. Just a really quick mini series, just touching the iceberg, but these exercises work, but stay focused and stay consistent with them. Do them as often as you can, okay? Don't worry about taking that break in between. So we did 12 minutes yesterday, 15 minutes today, and I'm not sure quite how long we're gonna be doing yet tomorrow for the stretches, but they don't take up too much of your time, okay? But they work. Whoops. Whoopsies. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. Bye.